Conscious Soul Reader here. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are brand new, my name's Cody. I appreciate your curiosity. If you are already a YouTube subscriber, welcome back. We are going to look at the daily extended here in just a second. I'm going to do some clarifiers on the cards that are already out here. If you haven't seen it, be sure to go head over and check that out. If you need to book a personal, everything's going to be in that link tree in the description box of this video. It'll take you to my website where you can book a personal reading or a mentorship. All the way at the bottom shows you all those other platforms where I go live and post content. Make sure you follow me if you recognize any of those. If you are already on any of those platforms, I'm going live and posting content all the time. So be sure and check those out. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell if you haven't already. This helps us to tune in to one another. Make sure that you don't miss a chance to catch me live or when I'm posting content on my other platforms. Let's get going. All right, what can we clarify here? 5 of Cups reversed. Moving on. We're going through the stages, right? The stages of grief, of detachment, and now we are finally ready to start getting our empowerment back. We're starting to feel very guarded, but we are making some positive movements forward. We've got that 9 of Pentacles coming out. A lot of you are deeply committed to your independence. The Queen of Swords out here. Here's the Knight of Cups, where your only emotional investment is going to be in your monetary gains, in your own fulfillment of your abundance. I feel like a lot of you are going to be working on your money. You're going to be starting to better yourself. You're going to have a glow up moment. Some of you are going to be looking to get healthier. You're going to be looking to, you know, improve yourself in a lot of ways, more education, whatever that looks like for you. But a lot of you are moving into that pre-empress. You're going to have a glow up moment. So again, transmutation time. Lemons to lemonade. Yes. Tell me about the 7 of Wands. 4 of Swords coming out. And we also have the 6 of Wands. So the 4 of Swords and the 6 of Wands. There's a lot of you that feel like this is your best path forward. This is where you're going to be most successful, is if you are independent for a while. If you are just focusing on your own success, your own accomplishments. Many of you are just deciding to pull back from everything. Here's that 5 of Cups again with the Temperance card and the 6 of Cups back here. You did a lot of deep inner work. So many of you processed your emotions and you went through that dark night of the soul. I feel like a lot of you purged a lot of that out, and now the next stage is defensiveness, feeling a little bit more edgy. Now you're starting to look at this with more clarity, right? So you're looking back at this and you're starting to see this person for who they were and not who you hoped that they would have been. You stopped romanticizing things by pulling your emotions out of this. You quit romanticizing any of this. Tell me about the 2 of Wands, 4 of Cups, and the King of Wands. So this is a decision that you made to pull yourself away from this disappointment, to go ahead and process this. Again, we've only got Knight of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. This is minor arcana stuff. This is you processing something, getting over these emotions actually pretty quickly, and deciding how to use these pains and turn them into your gains. So many of you have decided to look at this as a way forward from something that just was really beneath you. I feel like a lot of you are starting to look back at this and say, you know what, this was so beneath me anyway. This was really me trying to drag somebody along with me to their higher potential, and ultimately you just were pretty disappointed with somebody's shortcomings and their inability to basically follow through with what they told you they were going to be. I feel like somebody was future faking pretty heavily with you. We've got the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands. You know, these are some very playful energies. Sure, they're fun for a minute, but after a while, this gets tired. You start looking for somebody in a long-term potential here with that 8 of Pentacles. You raise your standards a little bit from having fun and playing around. That can only get you so far. All right, tell me about this Queen of Swords. Tell me about the Queen of Swords, please. 3 of Pentacles. We've got the Hanged Man and the 2 of Cups in the reverse. So this is a decision that you're just going to focus on work on recognition and reward for the efforts that you put in. I feel like a lot of you have decided to give up on romantic partnerships for a while. And again, still pulling your emotions all the way out of everything. Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Let's look at those. Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. We've got the Tower and the Lovers. So you made this major decision. Some of you, yeah, again, we have this partnership that just was not meant to last. It had to be taken away from you. Many of you are so devout and so committed to relationships that you were going to try and push and want to try to lead somebody to do right by you. And I feel like the universe was making this decision for you because you just couldn't put yourself in that position. I feel like many of you are just, you know, too nice, or some of you just wanted this so badly. I've got the Five of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Having that clarity moment of when to walk away from that fight, when to end the fight and start to try to rebuild for self. Ace of Wands, Four of Wands, Five of Swords, Ace of Swords, right? This is about when to call it, when to fold it, and when to walk away and start to try to rebuild with what you have left. Tell me about the Sun card and the Page of Wands. Pretty similar energies, both with a lot of excitement, enthusiasm, optimism. Got that King of Swords coming out, which is out here now a couple of times. Providing a lot of clarity with your decision, just saying, you know what, I'm starting to get really excited about this. I feel like a lot of you are speaking quite confidently about this decision to basically lead with your passions and not your emotions, to lead with your intellect and your lessons and not through the hopes and desires of what you felt like you wanted. This is about you taking something for what it is and seeing it for what it was being presented to you as. We've got that Knight of Wands in the reverse, being a little bit cold. I want to say that you're probably going to be a little bit more cold than usual for a while. Like I said, you're in these stages of grief. And with this comes this bit of animosity. You have a little bit of an edge to you in how you're talking to people. Again, Eight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands back here. So pulling your emotions out of this and starting to make these decisions for self. I feel like your focus is entirely on self. Rebuilding self, having your glow up moment, pulling yourself away from everything that ever hurt you in the past. Y'all are goal oriented right now. You are future focused because there was so much fake future focus before that you were trying to create an illusion of something that was never going to happen. And now you're taking the reins in your own hands and creating it for yourself. You're like, you know what? I'm tired of talking about it. This is how you do it. And you're going to show the world, look, this is what I was trying to build with somebody who was actually not about it. And that's my bad, my mistake, lesson learned. Now I'm going to show y'all how I do this for me, for self, all the way. For self, all the way. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Queen of Swords reversing for self. Yeah, you're a little pissed. I'm going to say it. You're just a little bit pissed. We've got the Devil card coming out. I feel like some of you might have a little bit of resentment on what you've been through. The Temperance card is showing that time will eventually fade this away. Your sadness faded with time, with processing, with healing, with time. Your anger will fade with processing, with healing, with time. The next stage of your evolutionary evolvement away from this is going to take time. Again, we still have time for you to process what you've been through and why. You're well within your birthright to be able to do this. This is your human birthright to be able to do this. We've got the Ten of Cups coming out here. You've got sunnier days ahead. You're just on your way to make it happen, but they are coming for sure. This particular card is the Before Tarot, where they're getting there. They're just about there. They're running from the storm. The clouds are clearing, and we're about to have a nice celebratory day. We can even go and have a picnic if you want. Tell me about the World card and the Ace of Wands. The World card, Ace of Wands. World card, Ace of Wands. The World card. Successfully closing this cycle out. Having a lot of success in closing this all the way out. So you're finally able to see the lessons here. Eventually, there's the Four of Wands to where you are building your foundation back up. This looks really positive for you. This is going to put you to the place to where you're building your empire. Look at this. The Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the World card. I've been saying this a lot lately. You need to build your empire first. Once you build your empire, then that caliber of person will then need to match the level of success that you have accomplished. It's not about getting the person, then building the success and achievements, because that doesn't happen. You need to build your empire first. And then everything in your world will start to fall into place as a result of the work done, the effort put in, the foundation built, the cycles closed once and for all, the lessons finally being applied successfully so that you can make these decisions in a very logical way for what your future would benefit from. Not what you hope will be there eventually, but something that is very tangible and very proven. We're going to clean this up and get an outcome. Okay, so we're going to look at an outcome for you all. Let me get that outcome. The World card again. Yes, closing those old toxic cycles. While you're doing this work, while you're moving into your glow up time, while you're moving into this glow up era, you want to be sure that you're doing that healing. You want to also simultaneously be healing while you're building and regrouping yourself. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Devil card, just wants to be out here. Four of Swords. Again, we need to be working on the whys and the hows, and how do we keep attracting these energies that are not worth what you are. Why do we keep on attracting in wound mates, right? It's about you needing to build the foundation first. You need to build the empire in order for a successful partnership, for a successful outcome to be the end goal. Okay, so the work needs to be done first. Two of Wands coming out. Now, before any decisions are made, you need to build your empire. Nothing else can be done. Nothing else can be done. We've got the Fool card, the Hermit card, Seven of Cups, Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune. So completely focusing on self. Everything else is along the way going to be processed and thought about, but it needs to be heavily considered whether it's worth the risk of all the work you've done, where you're going to bring this into your world or not, because this is a brand new you. This is an entirely different you than you've ever presented before. And in order to have these major changes in your life, you have to process and figure out where the toxicity is coming from, why does it keep attracting in, and how to make it stop having a space in your world. How to stop allowing it once and for all to have a space in your world. We've got the Death card, the Hanged Man. You've got some doing to do, but this is transformational. This is transformational. I feel like this is the time. This is the last time you're going to be going through any of this, collective. We've got that Ten of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Nine of Wands with the Judgment card, this major awakening through your spiritual awareness happening here. I feel like that work and effort that you put on to build your abundance and build your happily ever after, and then letting your world build up as a result of putting your happily ever after in place first. You have to build the end result first, and then your world will fall into place around that. Whatever success you build, whatever world you build, whatever end goal you work towards, then your life will happen as a result of that. It's true. It's very true. Let's take a look at where you're headed. I've got jump in and expand. Yeah. Now that you're free of all of this dead weight, you're free of these obstacles and challenges and these tethers to these toxic worlds. I think that a lot of you are going to start to focus on your abundance. You've got nothing but space and opportunity to create the wealth and abundance that you have coming to you. I feel like a lot of you are finally going to be receiving your dharma for having experienced a lot of karmic cycles. I feel like you put your best effort in, you worked your tail off, you processed everything. What you went through was so toxic and so cruel and so unnecessarily painful that now you're finally going to start to receive a lot of rewards. There is this hardening of your shell that is happening right now, so that you are very protective of the wealth and abundance that you're going to start bringing in, collective. They want you jumping in. Go ahead and jump in. Give whatever you've been questioning a try. The stars will never align in just the right way. Sometimes you just need to take a chance and go for it. We've got you being asked to expand. Jupiter energy here coming through for us. There's a huge, endless world with possibilities galore. Staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. Yeah, so you're being asked to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. We've got abundance coming in, presence. Let it go and protect yourself as well. So you definitely are working on being present in the moment. Also working through what you went through, protecting yourself from ever allowing that to happen to you again. You're being asked to open up to abundance, to believe that you're deserving of it, and to believe that it will also flow into you. It starts with you. Deeply align with that feeling and start to create it from the inside out. Okay, again, from your empire out, then your world starts to take place as a result of what you build. Presence. You're being asked to spend more time in the present moment and to stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now, and when you're not present for it, you miss out on all of its beauty. Don't rob yourself of the opportunity to create greatness in this moment right now by hanging out in the past or being fearful or dreaming too much about the future. Sitting yourself in analysis paralysis is not creative. It's not productive, okay? We've got you needing to let it go. Let go of whatever pain and resentment that you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it to be free. You can't be present if you're still holding on, right? We need to take away all of that focus, right? That's why it's important to work through all of this stuff and to really process why you went through it. When you're grateful that it happened to you, then you know you've healed. When you're grateful for that experience, then you know you've been healed from it. Protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others, which you do effortlessly. Preach. It's important, though, that you are setting healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. Get some protection into place. I burned a bunch of candles. I wear protective crystals. I do meditation regularly. So get your protections into place, collective. You want to really be careful also of the energy you're sending out. You want to really focus on reining in that anger. It has its place, and you're totally deserving to feel that, but process it, move through it, and then try to find things to focus on that bring you joy, abundance, hope, so that you are making things you want, not things you don't want. We want to watch where we're focusing on, okay? I know, it's difficult. I feel you so much, trust me. Let's grab some quick... Just drop my pendulum. Let's grab some quick wisdom. A change in the wind, okay? And peace. Oh, it's my favorite card. This is my favorite card. Number 23. We've also got number 12 out here. A change in the wind. There are conditions brewing in your life that you have no control over. Don't fight them. Change is inevitable, and it's for the best and for the higher good. Even if this storm blows away the structures you think you've built your dreams on, all will turn out as it should. You will have a renewed clarity and strength to do something even better. Spirit is your ally. Spirit is your ally. That's the most difficult part we have, is our ego letting go of what we thought we were going to have and what we built and all the effort we put in to creating that end result. To have it not come to fruition is very disappointing. It's very disheartening. And now that you've processed the emotions, and now you could be moving through the stages of anger, this is all good and well. We want to be careful, though, to not use this as a weapon or to let it create with us. This is momentum pushing us to that next stage so that we can start to create from a place of peace. Okay, we want to know peace. Listen to this. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. All this is telling me, and everything is reiterating once again, is that once you process through your emotions and you move through them in a healthy way, move through them, release them, on the other side of that is where universe wanted you all along. There were experiences that you were meant to go through. There were moments where you were meant to find your value, your worth, go through lessons of detachment, through finding your value, through knowing how to set healthy boundaries, to really read behavioral patterns and to accept people for what they are and not what they tell you. There's a lot of lessons that you can find in this, but processing all of your emotions is a healthy part of all of this as well. It's not easy. It's not easy. And this also puts you in focus of being very cautious, right? You do all this work of detachment, you do all this work of healing, then you get even more cautious each and every time before we make that decision to allow energetic connections to come into our world, disrupt our auric field, and challenge us to decide whether or not it's worth it. And the more healthier you build your empire, the stronger your boundaries get. And the less receptive, the less easily receptive you become. It's very true. All right, that was your reading. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, playing along. I hope this helped or resonated. Be sure to check the description box. If you would like to book a personal reading, everything is there in that link tree. This will take you to my website where you can also book mentorships. All the way at the bottom shows you all the other platforms where I go live and post content. Recognize them, give me a follow. Make sure that you don't miss me on any one of my platforms. I'm going live all the time and posting content all the time. I'm getting into a more steady place myself as I've gone through a bit of a transition on my own as well. So in real time, I'm going through this with you. I am here with you. We are all a part of the same collective. I'm honored that you are here with me. Make sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all soon. All the health, wealth, and abundance you can stand.